All right, looking a little rough. I just got home from work. Today I started my ultra low carb diet lifestyle, really is what it is. I've been low carb for a long time. It's just in the past year I have not been at all. Basically, I've just not been following through. But for many years before that, I was always ultra low carb. And if I had carbs, it was never during the day, only at night, and especially after I worked out, which is carb backloading, okay? But I haven't been doing that lately, especially like I said in the past year, so I'm going back to it now as I start and begin this whole process again to try to get back into shape. I'm not trying, I'm going to get back into shape. And the diet is obviously the biggest part in how this dictates, okay? And I know some of you guys see my vape. Don't worry about the vape. It doesn't do anything to you. I know there's people out there that think that vaping is bad for you. It actually is not at all. But that's a different story. So anyway, the diet that I do is ultra low carb. That I'm starting with is going to be what is called the Carb Nite solution, which is a book written by John Kiefer. You can go find this book and you can find out the exact steps to it, but more importantly, the science behind it. This is a science-based diet based on what your body does, the timing of eating foods, especially carbohydrates, and how it helps you in every aspect. It's explained by John Kiefer. I think he's brilliant. I don't know what happened to him. I haven't heard from him in a long time. But I hope I do see him back on the scene again. But he wrote this amazing book called The Carb Nite Solution. And basically what it is you get to eat just like these amazing carbs that we all love. Cake, cookies, pizza, but only one night a week. One night a week. Every single other day of the week, you're spent eating high fat, ultra low carb meals, okay? And so that means that you're going to, your goal is to be at least 30 grams of carbs or lower. And so what I try to do is I actually try to just eat nothing but things that are just almost zero carbs, because carbs will get into every little thing no matter what. But sometimes it's impossible for them to, like cream cheese, eggs, whole eggs. I don't eat egg whites and all that nonsense. I'm not a vegetarian. That's the worst thing for you. I'm especially not a vegan. That's the absolute worst way to eat. So I do eat meat. I do eat carbs and enjoy them. But when it's time to get in shape, you have to do it the right way. And carbs has to go. And it only happens once a week. Now, there is carb backloading, which is what I'm looking forward to getting into, but that's when I've become more lean, and Carb Nite will help me get there. And then once I've gotten more lean and I continue to lift after lifting days, which is every single day, I'll get to have carbs afterwards, because that's what the carb backloading does. And that's another diet by John Kiefer that he wrote, again, based on science. And the reason why I want to stress that is because that's the reason why I'm so much the reason why I stress that so much is because science is the reason why these diets were written and created, not based on something that somebody feels or some opinion that they have. This is actually based on the body, how it responds, and what food does to you. And John Kiefer did all that research and put these diets together so that they actually work if you do it the right way. And that's what I'm here to do, and that's what I'm going to do. And then you guys will see the progress. And hopefully you join with me in this quest to get yourself in shape as well, the same way that I am every single day. And I'm putting it on tape for you guys to be able to see. So today I've already started. You guys saw, if you've seen the other videos, the very first video that I did was chest day. So I did all 3 sets of the incline, decline, and flat bench. And then the second one was arm day. So I did my biceps and triceps, 3 exercises each. And now today is back day. So back day is going to be all back, and that's it. And then at the end, I will touch on my biceps again, just because I want to give it an extra day. So I try to give it at least 2 days, my triceps and biceps. I don't go through the entire full set that I would normally do for my arm day, but I will give it at least one exercise on back day since I'm using my biceps anyway, because it's a pull day. I will touch on my biceps at the end, just because I want to give it some more work, and that'll end up making these guns a little bit more big, right? And this is a nice little peak that I have here, but I want them to be bigger on both arms. Okay, so that's the reason why I'm doing that, and also I want to get more work in because it's worth it, right? So anyway, like I said, I'm going to be doing back today. You'll see all the different exercises that I do. And then we will wrap it up with some boxing, hitting the bag for some cardio to get that in. And then we'll be done. So let's get to it right now. So I'm 51 years old, and it's not like it used to be when I was younger. You have to stretch before you do anything. So I'm going to do that as well. And I'm also going to do an abdominal routine that I do here on a bench. And the reason why I do that, like I did in the first video, is because I like for my head to hang off a little bit. You can't do this on the floor, obviously. So I like for my head to hang down a little bit, so that I can get more of a stretch on my entire abdominal wall. So that when I do the crunch, it's actually getting more of a stretch and more of a contraction. The contraction is the same that you would get on the floor, but because you're able to stretch out your abdominal wall more, because your whole head goes back and your shoulders. Like I go just a little bit off the bench with my shoulders so that I can be able to get that stretch and then do the crunch. And I do that using this boxing app that you can set the rounds, if you will, because as you can see, it's round one for 30 seconds, and that's what I do. So I go in and I just set this for my abs. I'll do 5 rounds, 30 seconds with 1 minute break in between. And then when the bell rings, I take the break. When the bell rings again, I go for 30 seconds, and then I'm done. And then after that, my abs are done, and then I move on to the hyper extensions, which is right over there. So let's get to it. Also, I forgot to tell you, I like to put a weight on the back of my head. I hold it like this when I do my crunches, so that it adds resistance, so that you feel the burn faster and more, obviously. So if you haven't tried that before, try it. You can do anything. You could use a weight like this, or you could use one of these. Even if you want to go a little bit lighter, that's 25 pound. You can just use this, and you hold it right in the back of your head while you do your crunches. You can do this using the ground as well, if you're just laying on the ground. But I like to do the bench, like I said, because I want to be able to get that extra stretch. So I'm going to get to it right now. All right, so I did one without the weight just to start off, and now I'm going to do the rest with the 25 pound. At least I'm going to try. That is Prado. That's right. This is what I'm trying to get rid of. This is mostly diet though, really. But when this goes down, then I want there to be abs that show. That's why you got to do the exercise. Otherwise, you'll lose the stomach, but you won't be able to see anything. Time to move on to hyper extensions. All right, to start off, now that I'm going to move on to back, I did my crunches, my hyper extensions. Now I'm going to do my back, and I'm going to start with pull-ups. And I know that there's going to be all the form police out there that are going to be like, "You're not doing it right. You didn't go all the way down." Just give me a break, okay? First of all, I haven't done this in a while, so I need to, get used to it. I need to build strength. So you're gonna notice that I'm not going all the way down or even all the way up, because I'm not strong enough yet. Plus I have a lot of extra weight on my body. So I'm gonna work on that as I continue to get stronger. But for now, just to show you guys, just to get started, it doesn't have to be perfect, but you just gotta get going to get going, okay? So I have this little bucket here that helps me. I can stand on. So I can get up here. All right. I don't need this. I could just, do it like this, but I like to be able to come down and then back up. Okay. That's the reason why. So here we go. Let's see how many I can do with some kind of good form. I don't think it's going to be good, but we'll see. All right, here we go. I got 5 in. That's good. That's really good. Now, I know that they weren't great looking, but let me tell you something. It's hard. So we got 5 in. We got 4 sets that we're gonna do. That was just my beginning, but I'm gonna do 4 sets like that, and then we're gonna move on to the next exercise. Okay, so I got the timer going. Let's do it. I gotta move this. This is getting on my nerves. This is just getting in my way now. I don't need that. Okay, so I got I know that the first 5 that I did it wasn't even 5, that wasn't even 4, but like I said, in my head it's 5 and this is 4. It'll get better, but you gotta get going to get going, okay? That's all I'm saying. You'll see me get stronger, and so will you. You just gotta get started. So once I'm done this, I'm moving on to the next, and I'll see you at the next exercise. All right, so if you have one of these at your gym, this is the T-bar, and it's basically back there. It goes inside the weight so that you can be able to have it basically stationed, and then you can lift this bar up. It's called a T-bar. And what I do is you can either use this or you can use this. I like the chains better. It's a little bit of a better grip for me. And you basically, it's basically a bent over row, but this is definitely great for your back. So let's go. Obviously I can do more of that, then I can do the pull-ups, but that's because I can control the weight. There's a lot less weight on there than there is on me. So when I was doing the pull-ups, all of my weight I had to pull up. With this, I just had to do 45 pounds. But I'm gonna add a little bit more. And then once I'm done this, we're gonna move over to the cables and work on the next one. I'll see you there. All right, I put it on 50 pounds. This is another back exercise that I love to do. It's hard though. So I love this exercise. The only thing is I actually have a machine for the pullover. This is a cable pullover, but I have the pullover machine. It's just not working. I have to get it put together. So otherwise I'd be doing that also, but I love that exercise, especially on the machine. But to make up for 11, lucky 11. All right, so that's back. That's it, just those 3 exercises. But like I said, it was a pull day, so I'm gonna touch on my biceps, do 1 exercise for that, and then I'm hitting the body bag, and then we're done. So let's go. Okay. I got 6 in. I got 6 in on each arm. 1 minute break, then I do it again. I have the timer set for 20 seconds. So I work out for 20 seconds, minute break, 20 seconds, minute break, 4 sets. And then I'm done, and we move over to the Muay Thai bag to hit it with the boxing, to hit it with the boxing gloves. And then we're done. All right, so I have my boxing bell ready. It's counting down from 1 minute. The bell's gonna ring, and I'm gonna hit the bag for 3 minutes. 1 minute break, 3 minutes, 1 minute break, 5 rounds, 16-ounce gloves. I've got different gloves. You don't have to use 16-ounce gloves. You can use the ones that are like 6 ounces, whatever you want. This is the bottom line, is what I'm trying to tell you. Just do it. Just get it done. That's it. Like, I don't care how you do it. You wear no gloves. A lot of people like to do no gloves. And it gets their hands all scarred up and cut up, but it makes it harder, right? Like your hands become harder, and it makes it more durable to be able to hit hard things. And so people like that. But I like to use the gloves. Eventually I'll start doing that as well, just because I want to get my hands harder. But here we go. All right. So you do your combinations, right? I know I'm slow, so I just do 1, 2, right? Jab. Knockout punches for the last 30 seconds. So I gotta do this for 4 more rounds. Great workout today, guys. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you if you got all the way to the end. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.